You just turn out that you're not going to do it.
Well, you can actually, if your house is not a street, your house is on.
Welcome to the North Yorkshire County Record Office. We're about to set off on a guided tour going behind the scenes into the secure areas where people don't normally see. You'll see from the tour as it goes on that we're here to preserve the documentary history of the county of North Yorkshire, but also make it available to people who want to come and enjoy it. Most of visitors here are doing family history. That's probably something like 70% of people, but we can support inquiries about village history, special topic research, anything and everything. We get legal inquiries about rights of way and property ownership, and the list goes on and on.
A lot of the people that come in here come to do things like the family history or the house history as well. We've got the index to the registry of deeds and lots of other guides and catalogues that they can use as well to help them use the search room. The catalogues tell people where things are, and we can go out and get things for them, retrieve documents for them so they can use them in here.
This is one of our archive strong rooms, which is designed to meet the British standard for the storage of archives. So it's temperature and humidity controlled, it's a secure area, and everything is done to make sure that the archives are as safe in here as they possibly can be. There are special climatic conditions for the storage of archives, which means that it's fairly chilly in here, but at least that we know that the archives are going to be safe for the future. We store archives from all kinds of organisations in the county of North Yorkshire, families, estates, businesses, churches, local government. Essentially the history of North Yorkshire is here. Records dating back 800 years, and there are more than 10 miles of shelving here in the County Record Office. We have the records of more than 300 parishes in North Yorkshire. As you can see, it's on mobile shelving. That means that we can get more on the same floor area. The boxes that we use are acid free, which means that in 30 years time normal cardboard would fall apart, but acid free card with brass staples. This all means that the packaging of the archive isn't going to harm what's inside. This is the earliest register book for East Witton, which dates from 1770. This is on parchment, but very, very neat entries in this case by the vicar. As you can see here at the top, baptisms and burials in 1776. They're all listed out. Map storage, and here coming out is a map of Bransdale, for example. I'll show you one of our nice estate maps. As you can see, they're showing the little houses in elevation, not just plan form, so you can get some notion of what they might have looked like, how accurate they are.
This is the Reprographics department, and at the moment I'm scanning accessions register for the York Museum Trust.
And what we use here is, it's a 31 megapixel digital camera. It's a Macmillan camera, it's Japanese, and we are placing the book on a special designed book cradle. Anything bound gets put on this just so it doesn't damage the spine. And then we lower the glass and then raise it so it gently holds the pages in place without adding too much pressure to the document. And it takes a single capture, and once the camera's processed that, it gets sent to the computer over there and it gets processed into Photoshop. The camera can be adjusted obviously on the size of the document. It needs to go, but obviously for a smaller document we raise it down.
Archive conservation is different from fine art restoration in that the Conservator always shows the difference between what was surviving and what they've done to make good, whereas a fine art restorer would aim to make thing as bright as the day it was painted. If you think of it in an archive, to try to replace the bits that have been lost could constitute forgery, because archives are still used as evidence in court and things like this.
Some outside work that's come in actually from Ampleforth Abbey. These plans, as you can see, were rolled up and in quite bad state. The edges have been sort of shattered and they've done their own repairs to them. their old repairs, you can just about sort of see the faint outlines of the A4 paper they'd stuck down with flour and water paste, and replaced them with Japanese tissue and wheat starch paste, which this is a kozo tissue, which has got very long fibres. It's very fine, but it's incredibly strong. You can see how sort of fragile the mould just sort of turns it to sort of lace, really. But there's, you know, information to be found on each sheet. So although this won't be produced for anybody, we'll transcribe the information so it will be available. But then it's just going to be stored in acid-free tissue paper and within a folder within a box. So hopefully that will remain. But it won't get any worse. I've brushed off all the mould spores and hoovered them up, so hopefully that'll be okay.
Here's an example of the sort of damage that we can sometimes see. This is fire damage to parchment deeds, and as you can see here, it's gone fairly radically damaged now. That's beyond repair, really, but we keep it to show people, to say, well, this is the sort of damage that can happen to your archives. Archive conservation does involve some work with chemicals, and so we have, for example, this is a fume chamber, so the Conservator can work inside the enclosure here, but any fumes that are generated by the operation are carried away outside. So the priorities that we have in doing conservation work are to do with getting the materials in a state where they can either be photographed or whether they be consulted in the public search room. This is an exhibition of classwork by pupils at Craik Church of England Primary School, and they did a special project on family history, so hence it's titled Who Do You Think You Are? A tremendous wealth of photographs and stories just from the one school, and I think it shows the variety of family research and family stories that's available in any community. They were very proud of what they'd achieved in Craik School, and they offered it as an exhibition for us to mount here in the record office, and we're very pleased to have it here. Examples then of the classwork and also project folders just on the side here, which shows more about the work that the children have achieved with their own family stories. We are increasingly working to bring the work of the record office to a larger and wider audience. So we have an open day every year, typically in March. We also have family history courses and events, a regular newsletter and a mailing list, and if anybody wants to know more about the work of the Record Office, please do come and visit us at www.northyorks.gov.uk/archives.
Well, you can actually, if your house is not a street, if your house is can elect to take it off.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So now covered the whole of
We should still put the house on sale.
Rationalise that out with someone, but somehow I didn't think about it. I saw concentrating on the lecture.